Okay. So first of all, let me give you an outlook what we are going to do in these extra classes. The first thing is that we will be doing basics of organic chemistry. Maybe you have seen that already in the message. Other thing is that the basic of organic chemistry, it will be done with the perspective of okay. So basics of organic chemistry, and this will be done in the perspective of 12th standard. Generally speaking, 12th class, we will be looking at the perspective, whatever the thing that is important in 12th standard, but it was a part of 11th standard. That means CBSE and NCERT and all these schools, they expect you to know these things from 11th standard. Okay. So we will not be learning complete 11th standard, but only those things which were essential, which are essential in 12th standard that we'll be learning. Another thing, we will be very specifically interested in the application towards haloalkane halorine. Why is that? Because most of the students who are here right now, they have joined in between haloalkane halorine or after we have done haloalkane halorine. So the haloalkane halorine portion is left for many of the students. So keeping that in mind, so we will be doing everything in the perspective of general perspective of 12th standard and specifically for haloalkane halorine also. Now we'll start with a very basic idea that carbon can make 4 bonds. Okay, tetravalency of carbon. Carbon can make only 4 bonds, right? In order to be stable, in order to be.
Sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Can just scroll up.
Scroll up.
Yes, yes.
No, Chavez, let's just put one thing. आप बीच में नहीं बोलेंगे. Like this is a request that comes from you always. That sir, please scroll up. So you are going to write whatever you can write. After that, you can ask me for the PDF. Will that work, Chavez? Because इसमें आप क्या लिखना चाहते हैं बताइए. ये जो यहाँ पे हमने लिखा है, what is there to write? Got it. Another thing is that if you understood something, that you don't need to see it. In order to write something, if you have understood it, then you not need to see it. If you want to see it, that means you have not understood it. Okay, Chavez. So either you are going to write it as I am writing, or you are going to understand it so well that you don't have to see while you don't have to see while you are writing the notes. Okay. Just to make sure something, then you can tell me to scroll up, but don't try to like stop me and say, sir, please scroll up, please scroll up. Okay. Chali. Whenever there is something to write, I will give you time. Okay. Now, carbon can make only 4 bonds in order to be stable. That means, now write a question. Which of the following compounds can exist? अच्छा, सवाल में तो ये कर लीजिए, कैन नॉट एग्जिस्ट कर लीजिए. Tell me what are the compounds which cannot exist. That means you have to look in the compounds. There may be 1 carbon or multiple carbon. You have to see, does each and every carbon make. अच्छा, ये 5th वाला आप छोड़ दीजिए. फिर सवाल मत कीजिएगा आप, ठीक है, बिकॉज यू हैव नॉट डन बॉन्ड लाइन स्ट्रक्चर्स, और कुछ लोगों को उसमें बॉन्ड लाइन स्ट्रक्चर में दिक्कत हो सकती है। फिर सवाल छोड़ के बाकी आप बताएं, which of the following is not possible? That means you have to see whether each and every carbon atom is having only 4 bonds, it is having more than 4 bonds. ठीक है, चलिए, please try this. Look at each and every carbon. I hope that is not very tough. I want answers from every one of you in like 3 minutes. All of you understood this question, yes or no? Hafsa, Mariam, Tarif, Rabia, Chavez. Okay, fine. Mariam Khatun has given the answer. Waiting for others. Hafsa, Tarif, Rabah. Please send your answers now. Which of the following cannot exist? Rabah is only saying only the second one. Others can exist, Rabah?
No, sir, I'm replying mistaken. Sorry, sir.
Yeah. Rabia, Tarif, and Hafsa, please send your answers in the Zoom chat itself. Send the answer in the Zoom chat. Okay, Hafsa is saying, okay, fine, Hafsa. Okay. Shavi is waiting for your answer. Okay, Chavez. Okay, fine. See, so in the first question, we have only one carbon atom, and it has, okay, Rabba, and it has 1 bond, 2 bond, 3, and 4 bonds. That means it is fine. This can exist. Second, this carbon atom has 3 hydrogens, so single bond with hydrogens and 1 bond, that means 4. Now this carbon atom has this bond, which is 1 bond, 2 bond and 2 hydrogens. Similarly, this CH3 here, it is having 2 bonds already and 3 hydrogens. That means it is having a total of 5 bonds, which is wrong. If I look at the second structure, this CH3, single bond, fine, 4 bonds. Here we have single bond, 2 bonds, and 2 hydrogens. That means 4 bonds here also. This carbon, if I look at this carbon atom, it is having 1 bond, another bond with hydrogen, another bond with this carbon atom, and 4th bond with the oxygen, and 5th bond also with oxygen. So this also cannot exist. Fine. I hope this is very clear that the third structure cannot exist because this carbon atom, it has 5 bonds. Next, if I look at the fourth structure, CH3 single bond, fine, CH2 single bond, fine, CH double bond. CH means here we have 1 bond, the second bond with hydrogen, third bond with oxygen, and also the 4th bond with oxygen. There is no other bond with this carbon atom. So this can also exist. Fifth, I asked you to not look at fifth. Let us look at the sixth one. CH3 single bond, this is fine. Here we have carbon with 1, 2, 3, 4 bonds, right? This is first bond, second, third, fourth bond, and the 5th bond with hydrogen. That is why this carbon cannot exist. Similarly, this carbon is also having 1, 2, 3, 4 bonds that we can see, and a bond with hydrogen atom. That means it is 5th bond, and that is why the 6th carbon can also not exist. So the ones which cannot exist are 2 cannot exist, the third one cannot exist, and the 6th one cannot exist. So guys have made a few mistakes, I can see. Mariam Khatun, you got this? Yes or no? Please tell me. That why 6 cannot exist, and also you wrote that 4th cannot exist. I don't know why you wrote 4th cannot exist. Clear hai aapka, Mariam Khatun?
Yes, sir.
Hafsa, what about you? Is this clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So once you have to now have a very keen eye in order to look at a structure, and you should be able to say that, okay, fine, this is not going to exist. Now, what are the things that you can generally see and tell whether it can exist or not exist? Is the number of hydrogens. Generally, you will be writing structures in this manner. No, not generally, but you will be rarely writing the structure CH3, CH2, CH3, right? Now, when you look at this type of structure, so for example, if you have CH3, carbon, C double bond O, and then you have CH3, here you have CH2, doubly bonded with, let's suppose you have CH, single bond CH3. Fine. So when you have 3 hydrogens, then you have 1 bond that you can see. 3 hydrogens and 1 bond. When you have 2 hydrogens, you can see 2 bonds clearly. Yes or no, please tell me, guys. Sahi hai, haan ya na bataye.
Yes.
Right. So you have to prepare your eyes in that way. Here you can see 3 hydrogens and 1 bond. Now this carbon atom, you can see all the 4 bonds. That means it should not have any hydrogen. It should not have any hydrogens. Now here you can see that it is having 2 hydrogens and there are 2 bonds that you can see. This carbon atom, it is having 3 bonds that you can see, and that is why it is having 1 hydrogen. This carbon atom has 1 bond that you can see, and that is why it is having 3 hydrogens. Okay, so number of visible bonds plus number of hydrogens on carbon should be equal to how much? Should be equal to 4. ठीक है? तो ये अब मतलब गिनने की जरूरत नहीं पड़नी चाहिए अब आप लोगों को, ठीक है? You should be able to just look and tell whether it is right or not. Okay. Now, Hafsa, just one thing for you. If I speak a lot of Hindi, you just tell me to stop. Okay, Hafsa? If you start seeing that I'm speaking a lot of Hindi, you will just ask me to, sir, I cannot understand what you said. Okay, Hafsa, yes or no?
Okay,
Please tell me. Okay.
Okay,
yeah.
sir.
Now, moving on, let us move on and understand the structure that is known as condensed structure. I will give you an example from the NCERT textbook itself, because that you are going to solve many a times, and in that you may have problems. For example, let me see if there is a, okay, fine. In alcohol, you will not have problem, but I think in haloalkane, halorine, you may have problem in deriving the structures. Yes. You see, in condensed structure, you will rarely see any bond. For example, if you see from starting, like from 1 to question number 12, you don't see any bond, right? Anji, बताएं. Can you see any bond? Oh, what happened, guys? Yes or no? No, you cannot see any bond, but you are going to see bonds only if there's what? If there's a triple bond or if there's a double bond. If there's a double bond, right? Otherwise, when there is a single bond, you're not going to see any separate or visible bonds at least. And then there are brackets and all. So how to convert these structures so that you can understand them very perfectly? For example, this chlorine atom here, this chlorine atom, it is attached to this carbon atom or this carbon atom. Okay, so it's very easy. You have to just remember one thing: bracket is equal to branch. Bracket is equal to branch. Okay, so you are going to remember this and then you are going to apply this in the first structure. Now, whatever is in the bracket is in the branch. Whatever is in the bracket, it is in the, tell me guys what? Whatever is in the bracket, it is in the branch. Okay, please repeat, guys. Those who are new, those who are learning right now, please Hafsa, Mariam Khatun, Rabah, and Rabia, all of you. Whatever is in bracket, it is in
Branch.
Branch. Okay, so obviously when you are writing the structure, you will not write the branch first. You are going to write whatever is not branched. So you are going to write CH, single bond CH, single bond CH3. CH, single bond CH, single bond CH3. Okay. Now, as you can see that this CH3 is attached to this carbon atom. It's quite visible, and because the CH3 comes after this. And how many CH3 are there? There are two CH3s like this. So this CH carbon will have a CH3 here and a CH3 here. Now, next you see that now, if a bracket starts in the front, then obviously it is attached to the next carbon atom. But if a bracket starts in the middle, it is attached to the previous carbon atom. Okay, it is attached to what? It is attached to the previous carbon atom. That means this chlorine is attached to what? CH carbon. Now check the valencies. Is everything fine? Each and every carbon has 4 bonds. Yes or no, please tell me.
Yes.
What about others? Hafsa, Mariam, Khatun, Chavez. Understood this? Yes or no, please tell me. All of you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, fine. So I'm numbering these carbon atoms 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm numbering these carbon atoms. Now tell me this CH3, the green CH3 that I have added here, it is attached to the third carbon or the fourth carbon?
Third.
Third carbon. Very good. And obviously you are going to make it at last. Similarly, tell me about this iodine. This iodine is attached to which carbon atom? And now this is when something is at the end, it is attached to the nearest carbon atom. So obviously it is going to be attached only with the fourth carbon atom. It does not have any carbon in the front or the back other than the CH2. So it will be attached on the fourth carbon atom. I hope that is clear. Okay, so please do something. Should I do one more? Or can you guys do this? Hafsa, tell me.
Yes, sir.
What? Yes, sir. Should I do one more?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Which one? Tell me. From these? Anyone? Okay, fine. See, Hafsa, see the second one. And Hafsa, you are going to help me. Okay. Fine, Hafsa?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So I'm going to write the CH3, then I'm going to write the CH2, then I'm going to write the CH. Will I write CH3 right now or later? Hafsa, keep your mic on, please.
Yes, sir.
You have to write everything which is not branched. So what you are going to write for the second one, tell me. For the second one, please.
CH3,
CH3,
CH2,
CH2 bonded with
CH,
CH,
bonded with CH,
bonded with CH, and then
Cl.
Cl. Now, where should I add? 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon atoms are there. So where should I attach the CH3? In which carbon? The third or the fourth?
Third one.
Third one, right? So you're going to attach CH3 like this. And what about this C2H5? Where should I attach the C2H5?
The fourth one.
Fourth one. C2H5 is nothing but it is CH3. Sorry, CH2, CH3. Okay. Got this, Hafsa?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Actually, guys, we are going to do the third one, do the fifth one, and do the eighth one. And what else you're going to do? You're going to do the third one from here. You're going to do all the green ones that I'm putting here. Okay. Okay, fine. Please draw the structures for these.
Sir, we have to send on WhatsApp.
Yeah, for sure. You have to send on WhatsApp. Again, I think 4 minutes will be enough for this. I think 4 minutes is even more. And all of you are going to do it while saying it also. Huh? Bracket is equal to branch, so CH3, CH2, then I will add CH3, bracket will come next, and up samjha ke khud ko, please, hai na? You will make yourself understand while you are writing these things. Okay, fine, Rabba. घर में कोई फोन नहीं है. आवाज नहीं आई आप. Sorry, Rabba. You are not audible.
मैं घर पर नहीं हूँ, मैं अपने कजन के घर पर, तो इसलिए
Okay. So 4 minutes are over. Please send your answers. Miriam Khatun has sent. Okay, fine, Rabba. That would also make. Okay. Fourth one, Mariam, CS3, CH, CS3, CH, CHPR, CS3, CH3, CS2, CS3. Yes, very good. Fine. Everything is correct, Mariam. Third one, IoT, you're fine. CS3 and CS, is fine. Eighth one, CS3, CH, double bond C, CL2, CS2, CS3, CS3. Fine. Yep, correct. Very good. Hafsa. No need to write the nomenclature right now because we have not done the nomenclature. I just want you to know the structures right now. Okay, so third one has CS3, CS, CS2, CHI, CH3, fine. And CL, CH2, correct. Okay. Fluorine, BR. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Correct, Hafsa. Very good. Baba, what are you answering? I don't know. First one is 2-chloro, 3-bromo. You have to just answer the green one, nothing else, by the way. Okay. Tarif has not given the answers. Rabia ने answer किया है. Rabia ने answer किया है. Okay. First one is fine. Second one is also fine. Okay, fine. Eighth one is correct. Very good. Fine. So you guys will not have any problem in converting these structures to the complete structure or even the bond line structure we are going to learn. So you have to convert these to bond line essentially. But right now, you know how many carbon and hydrogens are there, which is attached to what. So it is going to be easier when you are going to do bond line structures. Okay. Now our next topic is going to be the bond line structures. Yeah, fine. That's fine, Rabba. One bromo, 4-chloro, butane. Correct. I think it will not be butane, rather it will be but2ine maybe, है ना? थोड़ा सा रहेगा, but that's fine, not a problem. ठीक है, we are going to do IUPAC nomenclature also. उसमें ये cover हो ही जाएगा. ठीक है. Now for bond line structure, you have to remember a few things. For bond line structure, where should I start? First of all, carbons and hydrogens are not shown explicitly. है ना, तो उसको बिल्कुल ऐसे दिखा के नहीं रिप्रेजेंट किया जाता। कार्बन हाइड्रोजन दिखते नहीं, यू विल नेवर सी कार्बन और हाइड्रोजन, ठीक है, आर नॉट शोन explicitly. Next thing is that each carbon atom is shown by a vertex okay. Zigzag lines are drawn to represent structures. Number of hydrogens attached to each carbon is equal to 4 minus number of visible bonds. Number of visible bonds. Next point is heteroatoms and their hydrogens are shown explicitly. Okay, heteroatom means, for example, if you have oxygen, तो उसके दोनों bond इस तरह से रहेंगे. If you have OH, oxygen और उसका hydrogen, you have to show both of them. If you have, for example, NH3, so nitrogen, in which we have attached 3 hydrogens, it is going to be present. If I have 2 degree amine, so nitrogen is further attached to carbon atom. Here also carbon atom, and no, so this will be NH2. So यहाँ पे इसके पास एक hydrogen होगा. NH will be shown like this explicitly. Everything. We don't do this, but for example, if you have thiol, thiol is sulfur that is attached with hydrogen. So SH is thiol. As we have alcohol, this is thiol. So that is also explicitly shown. Okay. Now, number of carbon atoms and number of hydrogen atoms is the most important thing that you have to learn in the bond line structure. Okay. So all of you wrote these points. Please tell me. Everyone wrote this point?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
हाँ तो जल्दी लिखें. कहाँ तक लिखा है आपने शावेज? Shavesh, how much is done? Third point. Okay, so let me just explain this. Each carbon atom is shown by a vertex. What does it mean? Is, for example, if I have written something like this. Okay, then here, this is the carbon atom, which is a vertex. This is also a carbon atom because it is a vertex. And after that, you will see that here it is, I mean, it is ending just here, right? So it is also a carbon atom. This is also a carbon atom. This is also a carbon atom. But please remember, this is not a carbon atom, okay? Because if your bond is ending with something, actually, hai to sare bond, na? All of the white things are what? Bonds only. If your bond is directing towards a particular atom, then that bond is attached to that atom, not to carbon. Okay. If it is not attached to anything, that means it is a carbon atom. All of you got this? Please tell me. If the bond is not attached to anything, that means it is a carbon atom. At the end, अगर हम बात करें, okay. For example, this is a carbon atom, but here बहुत सारे लोग इसको भी carbon atom समझ लेते हैं. That is not a carbon atom. Is that point clear? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. This is not carbon. Okay. So one more thing you can write. double and triple bonds are shown by adding lines above and below. So for example, if you have something like this, यहाँ पे आपको double bond show करना, so you're going to write it like this. Triple bond show करना है, so you're going to write above and below. Fine. Now, अगर हम आपको थोड़ा सा बता देना, ये triple bond का structure, in terms of the shape, it is not right, but in terms of number of carbon atoms and hydrogen, वो सारा चीज सही है. Because here it is going to be sp hybridized, and sp hybridized should have something like this. इसको इस तरह से show करते हैं generally. Okay. So here we have carbon atom, here we have carbon atom. Linear structure होता है, but आपके लिए अभी उतना कुछ ये valid नहीं है. आप इस तरह से ही draw कर दें triple bond को, that will be fine. उतना कुछ matter नहीं करेगा आपके लिए, ठीक है ना? So this is a double bond, and this is a triple bond. Everyone got this? Is please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Write some questions. Count the number of carbon atoms and also the number of hydrogens attached to it. Okay, number of hydrogens attached to it. जो पहले थोड़ा सिंपल दे देंगे आप लोगों को, चलिए थोड़ा सिंपल दे देते हैं. I think I have a, wait a second. Some from the exercise. Okay, fine. चलिए ना कीजिए आप लोग. Let me know once you're done. So I think I will give you what, 6 minutes will be enough, I think. 1 minute for each structure. If anyone is having difficulty, should I do one for you guys? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Let me do. Okay, fine. Let me do the first one for you. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 carbon atoms. Now let us look at the hydrogens here. So for the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, for the first carbon atom, I can see only one visible bond, right? So number of hydrogen will be what? 3 hydrogens. For the second one, I can see how many bonds? Tell me, guys. 4 bonds. So there will be 0 hydrogens. In the third one, I can see 2 bonds coming out of it, right? You'll have 2 hydrogens. Fourth one will also have 2 hydrogens, and fifth one will have 3 hydrogens. Okay, so we're going to write it like this. And maybe rather than writing 1, 2, 3, 4, you just write A, B, C, D. I think A, B, C, D will be better, so that you don't confuse the number of hydrogen with the carbon number. Okay. Even if you don't want to write the numbers, you can just highlight the carbon atoms. Wherever the carbon atoms are there, you highlight it and you write it like this. Here it is having 3 hydrogen, here it is having 0 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen, and 3 hydrogen, like this. Okay, if you don't want to number it. Whatever feels neat and clean, do that. Once you're done, you are going to send the answers on my WhatsApp. Okay, so time is almost done. Please send whatever you have done till now. Yes, guys, please send whatever you have done till now. Okay, Mariam, A is correct. Mariam, for the B structure, can you please see the third carbon atom that you have circled? Please see how many hydrogens it will have. Can you please recheck that?
Sir, which one?
For the B, third carbon for the B1, third carbon. जो आपने third carbon circle किया ना? See there?
Sir. No, sir, one hydrogen.
Got the mistake? Right,
Yes,
Mariam?
sir.
Okay, no problem. Fine. C structure, everything is fine. D structure. No, for the D structure, it has become a bit clumsy. But still, I will see here. First carbon, just a second. So for the D structure, here you have three fine, second one. So D structure, third carbon, Mariam. D structure, third carbon.
Sir, जो 3 hydrogen और fourth वाले.
हाँ, फोर्थ वाले का है ना. और थर्ड हाइड्रोजन, थर्ड कार्बन के लिए आपने क्या लिखा है? हाउ मेनी हाइड्रोजन्स देयर फॉर द थर्ड कार्बन? यू हैव नॉट रिटन दैट, है ना? हाँ, उसको लिख लीजिए. कितना होगा देखिए, कितना होगा मरियम?
Sir, 2 hydrogen.
2 हाइड्रोजन्स. यस, वेरी गुड, करेक्ट. और उसी तरह से अच्छा, ई में आपने कितने कार्बन आइडेंटिफाई किए? हाउ मेनी कार्बन आर देयर इन द ई स्ट्रक्चर?
Sir, 5 के पर sir I was confused कि ये भी होगा कि नहीं.
सॉरी, व्हाट?
Sir, मैंने 5 किया है पर मुझे लग रहा था सर कि जो ये भी होगा शायद.
हाँ, ये भी कार्बन ही होगा ना, बिकॉज दिस इज नॉट अटैच्ड टू एनीथिंग, राइट? अगर आपको कोई भी एक ऐसी लाइन दिखे व्हिच इज नॉट अटैच्ड टू एनीथिंग, दैट मींस इट इज एक्चुअली CH कार्बन एटम. इस कार्बन में कितने हाइड्रोजन हो जाएंगे? एक तो बॉन्ड दिख रहा है आपको, बाकी क्या हो जाएंगे? 3 हाइड्रोजन हो जाएंगे. ठीक है, so that is also going to be just जो सेम केस है यहाँ वाला देखिए, है ना? सेम चीज है, राइट?
Yes, sir.
है ना? ठीक है. So other things are fine. आपने F शायद आप कंप्लीट नहीं कर पाए थे, आप F कंप्लीट कर लीजिए. आई थिंक यू कैन डू दैट. बस लेकिन F में ना आपने एक कार्बन छोड़ दिया, थोड़ा सा देखिए वहाँ पे एक और कार्बन होगा.
Yes, sir, I got it.
Okay. So Hafsa has done 3 hydrogen. Okay, fine. B में in the B structure, Hafsa has 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 0. Very good. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 0 hydrogens. Fine. Here you have CH3, CH2, CH2, CH2. Okay, that's also good way to represent. CH2, 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 CH3. Very good. CH3, CH3, yeah, very good. Very good, very good, Hafsa. Everything is correct. Very good. Chavez. Oh, Chavez, you have not shown the number of hydrogens, which are fine. Second structures are दिखाया. Okay. 0, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1. Okay, fine. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and then 0. Okay, fine. 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Okay, fine. And 1, 2, 2, 2, 0, and 3 hydrogens. Correct. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. And okay, fine. Check. Very good. Rabia, you have not sent the answers. Please send the answer, Rabia. Please, why you take so much time? Rabia, send your answers. I don't know whether Rabia is here or not. फाइन. बस F वाले सेक्शन में कुछ लोग मिस कर देते हैं. दिस इज गोइंग टू बी अ कार्बन एटम, है ना. वो बीच वाला कार्बन अक्सर लोग मिस कर देते हैं. ठीक है. So please see these are the carbon atoms. This is going to be CH3. This is going to be CH3. This is going to be CH3, and this is going to be only a carbon atom. Rabia has sent the answers. Let me see. Okay, Rabia. B structure से check करते हैं. A में 2 hydrogen, 2 D में okay, fine. 0 1 1 1 1 1 fine, correct. बाकी आंसर्स नहीं भेजा राबिया. Rabia, you have any difficulty? ठीक है. A B C D E F. Okay. E structure में you have written it wrong. Rabia, please see your E structure is a bit different than what we have written. In the D structure, you missed this carbon atom. Rabia, please see. 1 carbon, 2 carbon, 3 carbon, 4 carbon, 5 carbon, 6 carbon, and 7 carbon, right? This is CH3. This is CH. This is going to be CH2, CH2, CH3. This is going to be CH2 and CH3. Rabia, you got this? It's going to be Salmi. There will
Yes,
be
sir.
7 carbon atoms. Right? And similarly, you have missed this carbon atom in the E structure also, even though you made something different, but still you have missed that carbon atom, right? You have missed this carbon atom, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Chaliye. Not a problem with you. थोड़ी सी mistake है, and you can if you can easily identify the mistake, okay, fine, I have done this mistake, then that means the concept is clear. You just need a bit more carefulness while you are doing the questions. Now, the next part is identification of functional group. Okay. And with the functional group, I will also teach you some substituent. Okay. With the functional group, I can teach you the substituent. See here, guys. Now, for example, the structures that you have to remember. And if it is present as functional group, then you have to remember what is the name that we write. And then if it is present as a substituent, then what we are going to write. आपको बात समझ में आ जाएगी. You must first of all write the list. Right. Number 1 structure is carboxylic acid. And I hope all of you know carboxylic acid. Acha. Should I write all the structure condensed as well as the full structure and condensed structure? दोनों लिखना पड़ेगा क्या? बताइए. COOH. You know that this structure is actually C double bond O and OH. Tell me, guys. Is there anyone who does not know? Hafsa, tell me. Hafsa, you know that these structures are same, yes or no, Hafsa?
Yes, sir.
You know it, right? Okay, fine. Tell me what will be the structure CHO? What will be the full structure for CHO? Okay, fine, no problem. Okay. If you not knowing something is never a problem, okay? It never will be a problem that you don't know something. If you don't know, then you will know. So I will write both the structures, the complete structure and also the condensed form. Structure नहीं रहने देते हैं, and condensed वाले को इधर लिख लेते हैं, ठीक है? Structure, and here I will write the condensed. And then what we are going to write if it is present as a functional group, and what we are going to write if it is present as a substituent. So number 1 is going to be carboxylic acid, which is having something will be, this carbon atom will be attached to something, and this carbon atom will have C double bond O and OH. So whenever you see this fragment, that means you are seeing this fragment COOH together. The functional group is oic acid. And if it is present as a substituent, it will be named as carboxy. A cup substituent hoga, you will understand that, don't worry about it. Second, you are going to write C double bond O and OR. And in condensed form, it is going to be COOR. If it is functional group, then you are going to write O8. Now, if it is present as a substituent, which is rarely, you are going to write alkoxycarbonyl. Third is चलिए थर्ड लिख लीजिए आप लोग. I mean, we don't use this much very much, but still. So not C double bond O, rather it is just CONH2, and it is going to be amide. If it is present as a substituent, it never is actually. You will never see this word in your textbook, carbamide. Okay, I will tell you what to remember and what not to remember. Okay, don't worry that you have to remember all of these things. But you should know that it is, I mean, if you get stuck, then you should know where you have to come back. Okay, so you should know that this page is present, this part of the notebook. So you can come back here very easily. C triple bond N, which is CN in condensed form. This is known as nitrile. And if it is present as a substituent, it is known as cyano. Fifth one is aldehyde, that is CHO. Okay, sorry, my bad. I have to write CHO in the full form. So it is going to be carbon with a double bonded oxygen atom and a hydrogen atom like this. The condensed form, it will be CHO. This is known as Al, and it is known as oxo. Okay, now we can also use formyl. Formyl आपके जहन में रहना चाहिए. That means you should just remember that we use formyl if there is CHO. We can use formyl if there is a CHO. But when you are using something, then you are going to always use oxo if it is present as a substituent. If it is present as a substituent. Next thing is sixth one, which is ketone, carbon with a double bond O. And in condensed, you are going to see it like this: CO, single bond here, single bond here. And this is one. And for this also we use oxo. Okay, for this also we use oxo. After ketone, we are going to have the seventh one, which is alcohol, which is OH. And I mean, there is no condensed. I can write in a very big format, but you will never see it like this. You are also always going to see it like this, OH. So this is all OL. And if it is present as a substituent, it is hydroxy. Similarly, in the eighth one, it is going to be NH2, this nitrogen with 2 hydrogen atoms attached to it. This will be NH2. This is amine. If it is acting as a functional group, if it is acting as a substituent, it is going to be amino. Please write this down. Let me know once you're done. So what are important? I'm just going to oleic acid is important. Similarly, I mean, these are important. All of these are important. Okay, so you have to remember all of these functional group, no matter what. Now, even though O8 and amide, these comes very little, but some they may come because now for these substituents, what you have to remember is these part. You have to remember this. Okay, there is no option. Even if you forget these part, that is fine. But you will remember at least these part for the substituent. Please write this down. Let me know once you're done. Request is there for everyone, all of you, right? The request is that please be on time. This class started a bit late today because there was some network issues. But you guys try to be on time. When I joined the class, it was around 12:33, 34 by India time, and only Mariam Khatun was there in the class. Okay, so 1 hour class. This is a 1 hour class, and please don't try to be not late. Okay, make sure that you sit before the time itself. Is everyone done? Let me know.
Done, sir.
Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see an example here. What I mean with this functional group and substituent. So this is the priority order also. You must know all of these things before. Right. So for example, if you have double bond O, and here you have OH. So here you have two functional groups, ketone and OH. But in the context of IUPAC nomenclature, this ketone is going to be what? It is going to act as functional group. Now this OH is going to act as a substituent. Is that right? Yes or no? Please tell me. Correct,
Yes, sir.
guys? Right. Similarly, if you have something like this, COOH, and here you have, let us suppose, double bond O, here you have OH, then my carboxylic acid is going to act as the functional group. Rest of these items, O and this ketone, both of these are going to act as what? This is going to be oxo now. It is not going to be O, and this will not be ol, it will not now be hydroxy. Is that understood? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
What about others?
Sir, but
Mhm.
how do we know which is the functional group and which is the substituent?
No, this is a priority order, no? First, fourth, fifth. Okay. So basically what you need to
Okay.
identify that what are the groups which are present. Okay. So what are the groups present here? Here we have ketone, OH, and COOH. Correct.
Yes, sir.
Right? Yes. Okay. Now, which is having the first priority? Which is having the topmost priority amongst these? Yes, Hafsa?
Carboxy?
Not carboxy, that will be functional group. Okay. So which is having the top priority? It is going to be the functional group. That is why it will be oic acid.
Sir,
Yeah, tell me.
like after the identification of functional group, other all will be substituent.
Yeah, if it is, I mean, if you have these items, now then the other will be substituent for sure.
Okay, sir.
For example, if you don't have anything else, but you just have, let us suppose, OH. So here you are going to write OH as what? It will be hydroxy or ol. Tell me, guys.
All.
This will be hydroxy. This will be all now. Hafsa, you got this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So I'm going to give you some questions, and you guys are going to do that as a homework and send the answers to me once you guys are done. Achha, what happens if you have nothing? Okay, also write ninth part if you have none. Then here also none, and the functional group will be E. Okay, instead of functional group, what you are going to write? You are going to write E. That means there is no functional group. And obviously, if there is none, then you are going to write nothing about the none. Okay, so that part is over. You just need to identify what is present. Can someone please write in the chat what do you think this compound has? Which functional group? Tell me. Write in the chat, please.
So we have to write the name or which is the functional
No,
group.
functional group. Functional group. Functional group. No, I mean you can just identify something. I mean just identify it. No need to be very strict. Okay. This is question number 1. And question number 2 is, if you have something like this. Now, what is the functional group in the second structure? Okay, fine. Hafsa, I see the problem. Fine. O, okay. Rabbi is saying O is the functional group. Okay, fine. Okay, so Hafsa and Rabba, please see here. If you want to draw, I hope you can see that this is going to be a functional group, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you should at least write. I mean, if आपने O लिख दिया है, fine. Now here you have a carbon atom. Now this carbon atom is also attached to OH, right?
Yes.
So isn't this a particular functional group also? COOH. Rabba, can you see it? Rabba and Hafsa,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
right? Okay. Okay. So now one thing that you have to remember, look right and left. Whenever you see C double bond O, okay, or something like this. If you see C double bond O, some groups are attached right and left, here and here. Then what you need to do, you are going to look right and left. Now tell me for the second one, Hafsa, Rabia, Rabah, all of you tell me, what is the functional group for the second one?
So for second one, it's O only.
नाम आप लिख दीजिए, it will be better. Chat में. Please write in chat what will be the functional group name here. देखिए O करके तो कोई नहीं लिखा है रबा हमने. I think that is why you don't like the word O when you say it. There is no functional group written as O. है ना? So please see what we have written and उसी हिसाब से please answer करें. Hafsa, tell me what functional group is this?
Own.
You are saying own.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Correct. Now, just don't get confused that you see OH here, but because it is not directly attached to the carbon which is having C double bond O, here we have a carbon atom. Okay, that is why it is not going to be. Now, just to remind you guys, for the C double bond O, it is going to be a bit difficult. Otherwise, it's going to be fine. Here you have C double bond O. Okay. Now, I'm just going to write it like this. C double bond O. Okay. If it is having OH, then it is acid. Oic acid, right? Here you have C double bond O. If this is OR, then it is going to be O8. Here you have C double bond O. If it is NH2, it is going to be amide. You have C double bond O, and here you have hydrogen. This is aldehyde, Al. And if you have C double bond O, and you have nothing on the right or the left, just carbon atoms on the right and the left, then it is going to be on. ठीक है, तो इसको एक बार रिपीट कर करके आप लोग प्लीज बोल लें. ठीक है, write this down. C double bond O and OH. Now this OH can be adjacent anywhere. C double bond O and the OH is here, right? The same carbon atom. Okay, now you can write it in many ways. You can write carbonyl carbon attached to OH, then it is oic acid. If it is attached to OR, then it is O8. If it is attached to NH2, then it is amide. If it is attached to hydrogen, then it is what? It is aldehyde. If it is attached to only carbons, then it is going to be on. So there are multiple ways. This carbon with double bond O is known as the carbonyl carbon. Okay, this part is known as carbonyl carbon. Okay, the carbon which is this one. This is your carbonyl carbon. Fine. Hafsa, Mariam, Tarif, Rabah, is this clear? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Chelly. So I'm going to give you some homework. I don't, Shaviz, your voice is not very proper. Just give me a second. I can't find exercises right now. Fine. I've got something. Just take a screenshot, okay? I think this is clear. Just take a screenshot. And, let me see if I can find some more